Honestly, I like what I'm seeing. As of right now, the Miami Heat haven't really made any moves in free agency other than re-signing Victor Oladipo and letting PJ Tucker walk, which is two moves that I'm very okay with happening. But when I saw the asking price for guys like Jeremy Grant, Christian Wood, hell, even DeJounte Murray, it's very surprising to me that the Miami Heat weren't able to win those offer battles. But then again, Miami Heat don't have the draft capital to offer what the Atlanta Hawks offered the Spurs, especially unprotected picks for years to come. And to be honest, I do think that the Miami Heat weren't even looking at Christian Wood or Jeremy Grant completely with how they've been moving this entire free agency. So let's talk about it. Before I get started, hi, I'm FLB. I've been making content for a minute now. I made a lot of content on the Heat. They're my favorite team. But if you like basketball content and you need a fix before the next season comes around, because we're all just sitting here waiting for summer league and free agency to end, and then that long grueling wait until preseason. But if you like basketball and you want to keep up with free agency and you just need some basketball content about anything really, I'm your guy. Hit that subscribe button, join up. I'd love to have you here. So going into free agency, it's very obvious that the Miami Heat had one thing on their mind, and that is big fish. Right now, the Miami Heat in the playoffs were this close to making it to the NBA Finals, with a pull-up three away from probably making it there, or not taking away a three that the guy didn't even step out on the line. But we're not talking about that anymore. I'm not salty. But overall, in free agency, the Miami Heat made it very clear what they're after. They've put a trade offer in for Donovan Mitchell. With Kevin Durant sweepstakes going on right now, they're very deep in those talks. Bradley Beal is, of course, at the top of the board, but with him signing that $250 million deal, I think that that's off the table. And I can't even blame Bradley Beal. When somebody puts a $250 million on your table, I don't care who you are. You signed that damn contract. But right now, free agency really isn't filled with anything crazy that could help the Miami Heat, so the trade market is the best place. But in the trade market right now, the Miami Heat and their assets is very limited. In the Kevin Durant trade, you can't even add Bam to that trade because there's a rookie extension rule where you can't have two players on max rookie extensions on the same team. And Ben Simmons is already on the Brooklyn Nets, so that trade probably may not go through if Tyler's our only asset. And to be honest, if we have to trade Bam in that trade, I wouldn't want that. A team with Jimmy, Bam, and KD would be the best option that we would get, and a team with just Jimmy and KD would probably fall through, especially with the defensive impact that Bam has on this team. So with all that being said, right now the Miami Heat are swinging in a lot of places. They have had their names tied to Miles Turner. They've had their names tied to a couple guys in free agency to put a big next to Bam. And right now, I do think that with the way Pat Riley is going about things, the Miami Heat are either doing one of two things. They're either going to grab somebody this free agency, not waste that money, or waste Tyler as an asset if it's not something big, or they're going to let Tyler grow in that starting role, probably up his trade value a little bit, because I do think he'll probably take a little bit more of a jump this year again, even though it's not going to probably be anything to help us be a contender. But closer to their trade deadline, there may be an even bigger move made to get somebody here if Tyler was to improve, and you see guys like Omer Yurtseven also improve and they up their trade value. Also, right now, the Miami Heat are trying to work off Duncan Robinson contract off the books, and I don't know where they're going to find a trade target for that. Duncan Robinson really provides nothing but shooting, but he was also horrendous this year, and he's shown his limitations. He was almost unplayable in the playoffs with the defensive limitations and his shooting just being not there at all. So it's going to be very hard to sell a team on a $90 million contract. Why did we give a specialist $90 million? I don't know. I can't even lie. I was happy about the signing. I really want to retain Duncan because he was shooting nearly 45% from three. Where did that go? But with everything on the table right now, the Miami Heat seems to be very, very locked in on making some deals to get this team better and put them in a championship position. Because as of right now, the Miami Heat may have been the first seed last year, but they can't come back next year with the same team or close to the same team because we don't even have PJ, who was also a big contributor to this team. But as of right now, the Atlanta Hawks with signing DeJounte Murray, the Brooklyn Nets are no longer a problem, but depending on where KD and Kyrie goes, those are two more teams that are competition for the Miami Heat. There's just a lot of teams that are getting better, whether or not in our conference or not, or on the others, or in our conference, is going to be our goal here is to win a championship. And if we don't improve, I don't think we'll even be able to make the conference finals next year, especially with the 76ers also looking like they're shopping Tobias Harris. James Harden looks like he's going to take less money. Kevin Durant is also they're looking to trade for Kevin Durant over there in Philly. There's just a lot of things that are going on right now that's making a lot of teams make a lot of moves. And I do think that the Miami Heat are in the mix of making those moves to get better, because if we don't, then we're probably gonna have to blow up this team. Also, another thing before I go, I see a lot of people when they're making trades trying to put Tyler and Kyle Lowry and Vic and Duncan in deals for KD. Stop it. That's not gonna happen, bro. With the amount of teams that are right now running after KD with open arms, throwing assets on him, just because we're on his list, Brooklyn has no obligation to the man to give him what he wants. He's not Dame. He's not Bradley Beal, where they have love for him in the franchise and he's given them everything he's had. They've tried to accommodate him in every single way possible, and he, to be honest, he's done his job, but he hasn't really brought them anything substantial, and he's probably the reason why their franchise is about to blow the fuck up and not have a pick for the rest of the 2020s. So he's going wherever the hell they want to send him that gives them the best package back, whether that's Phoenix, whether that's some other team, whether that's Philly, but I don't think the best package comes from us. So unless that he really wants to come to Miami, and Brooklyn for some reason loves him so much that they want to, accommodate him and send him to where he wants to be, and they accept the lower package of just Tyler, Nikola Jovic, Omer Yurtseven, whatever picks we can give, as that's the package we get for KD, or involving some three-team deal, we're not giving Kevin Durant, bro. I just don't see it happening. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. This is FLB. That's my time, and I'm out.